Good afternoon, good evening. Matter of fact, good evening is not good afternoon. Thank you all for tuning in to Letha's Real Talk. I am Letha, and we are here with an awesome, phenomenal woman who is awesome in the hair and beauty industry. She's presently has a salon in Smyrna, Tennessee. She is an educator. She is a master cutter. She is a master stylist. She is a master hair care professional. She is somebody who's also conducting a business while mentoring others. She's out here teaching classes, participated in different areas and different segments of the hair industry. And I want to introduce Miss Tyra. Miss Tyra, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for asking me to be here. I'm excited to share what I know about the industry and just maybe shed a light on it for people that want to get into it or people that are in it and feeling a little burnt out and want to be revived. So thank you again. And I'm really, really excited about this opportunity.
Thank you. So tell everybody, just give us a little backstory of who you are, where you're from, and what interests you into being in the hair industry.
I live in Smyrna, Tennessee. My entry into the hair industry kind of happened by accident. I actually worked for corporate America, got downsized and started playing with my own hair and other people's hair. And they were like, "You're really good at this. Have you thought about doing this as a career?" And I was like, "No." But the more I thought about it, I was like, why not? Be my own boss, free me up to be able to spend time with my daughters. I have four beautiful daughters. So this allowed me to have the flexibility. So I started hair at the age of 30 something. I ain't gonna say 30 how many, but I've been in it for a while. Um, when I started hair school, I was extremely scared. I was like, I don't know why you have decided to do this. But fast forward, it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my whole entire life. Um, the salon I'm currently the owner of is the only salon I've ever worked at. I stalked them when I was in hair school, and I was like, I want to go there because they did a lot of color, and I wanted to be a colorist. So I stalked them, came to work for them, and when the owner then decided that she didn't want to do it anymore, um, God blessed me, and I've been here ever since. So it's been a interesting journey, but one of full of life and fun.
Wow. So you mentioned you really loved and had a desire for the color. And talk to us about the training, like for the color. And the reason I want to talk more also about the training because what I get from people sometimes, oh, I didn't learn this in hair school, or they didn't teach us this and they didn't teach me that. And I'm like, okay, the purpose of school is to ensure that you get your license. Without the license, you're not considered like the professional. You have to get your license first. So what are some things and insight, because you had to have a desire to like pay for ongoing training,
Mm-hmm.
whether you went to shows or whether you took private color classes or whatever it is. So talk to us about the importance of training.
The important training is so important. Like I tell my students that hair school is your boot camp. We're going to give you your basic training. We're going to give you the bottom level. But once you get out, to become a true professional or a master at anything, you got to put additional time into it. So for me, when we first did color in school, my instructor, Miss Jackie, love her, she's great. When we started color, it piqued my interest just to be able to come up with a formula and see it come to pass. But school didn't really give me everything that I needed. So my thing was, as soon as I get out, first I'm gonna find a salon that's what they do, and I'm going to join myself to the hip to whoever the best colorist in there is. I'm gonna be their shampoo girl, their blow dry girl, whatever they need, so they can feed me. So it's important that when you get out of school, you find a salon that's going to give you the additional tools that you need. But you also have to spend some money. I tell people all the time, yes, you can get some things for free, but if you really want it, you have to invest in yourself, invest in your talent, because that's how people are going to know that you're really passionate and that you're good at what you do. So I have followed Patrick Bradley. I've been to several of his classes, Beth Bernardi, you name it. I am looking them up and I am following. There's a class in Florida, there's a class in California, Vegas, wherever they're at. I'm pouring back into myself. And what that does for me is allows me to pour back into my clients to give them the best. You see people saying, well, I'm a color specialist, but they don't know the different levels. How are you a specialist if you have not taken the time to really know what it is that you're doing? And that's with anything, whether you're doing locks or whether you're doing sew-ins or pixie cuts or anything. You can be a specialist all around the beauty industry, but are you a specialist? No, if you have not put the time and the interest and sometimes the money. You have to be hungry. I tell people this is probably one of the biggest hustle games that there is. And if you don't have any grind, if you know ambition, if you expect to get out of school, walk into a salon and make $100,000 and all you've done is post on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever social media, you're not gonna be successful. You have to figure out what your niche is. You have to figure out what it is that you're going to be able to make that niche profitable and how to draw the people into you. And it's not always just about your skill set, but what is your customer service skills? Because you can always learn to be better at doing something, but if your customer service skills are mediocre, people may not give you the chance to get better at the skill.
Wow, yeah. You hit on a few points that I was going to eventually bring up. Let's start with this social media training. with this internet training. So clearly, even though you acknowledge it's out there, it doesn't, do you not have a concern with people putting certain type of information out there? Do you think that it could probably put a damper on the industry or make it hard for other styles?
I think it's a catch-22. I think there are some things that we need to put out there for our clients to help them to be able to take care of their hair at home. But when you're giving out all of the industry secrets, well, some of them anyway, because I often say what you see as the end result, they don't always give you the steps to get there. So they give you the beginning and they'll show you that they mix something in the bowl, but they haven't telling you the measurements. They haven't told you, how to properly apply it. A few minutes later, you see them putting it on the hair. A few minutes later, you see an end result. We all know in this industry that hair has its own mind. So very rarely does it go from A to Z quickly. Sometimes there's some hills and some valleys in there. So I think that when it comes to posting everything that you're doing on the internet, you're setting people up for failure. There are a lot of non-licensed people that have access to these people on Instagram and all of this, and they think, oh, it's just real simple. How do I know this? Because I get people to come in the salon all the time that was like, well, I was trying to turn my hair platinum blonde and now they're orange. I don't know what to do with it. So I don't think it's going to put us out of business because the regular people are going to make mistakes and they're going to need somebody to fix it. The problem is what I'll tell people, if you had called me the first time, it probably would have saved you $200 to $300 to $400, where now you're going to pay that extra money because I'm fixing something. So it's a catch 2020 for me.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that and just, letting us know the importance of that training and not being so fixated on things that we see on the internet. Like you said, we can see the beginning, we can see the end. People really don't see what's truly happening, in the middle with the formulation and all of those things. So thank you for that. You mentioned that you're at the same salon, the first shop you ever started out at, and the opportunity came as the lady decided she was going to retire and it's not for her anymore. But what was it that made you want to pick up? Because you went from basically working and doing booth rental to operating a business. And that's a whole nother, that's something totally different. So what kind of motivated you to want to be a business owner?
When we were in hair school, we had that salon project. and you had to do that. And that kind of made me gave me the first inkling that I think I could actually own one. But really, I think what pushed me over the edge is that before being a hairstylist, I was a client, which means I was going to the salon. And it really bothered me that they would tell you, you're going to be my first client. Your appointment's at 7 a.m. And then you get there at 7 a.m. and they may not get there to 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Or they get you there and you're still there all day long. So prior to even becoming the owner, I managed the salon for the owner. And one of the things I instilled in people was you have to be on time. So I wanted to be a salon owner so I could change how people view the hair salon, particularly the African American hair salon. We have been known to keep you here all day. Yeah, I mean, you're going to come in for a simple shampoo style. That should probably take an hour and a half, hour to hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what type of hair they have or how long it is. When that service goes from an hour to hour and a half to 4 to 5 hours, we're now taking advantage of the people's time. So I wanted to create a space where people could come in and know they're going to get good quality service, and they're going to get it at a time frame where they can still go out and enjoy their life. I wanted to make a place where everyone felt welcome, no matter what color you are, no matter what you look like. Everyone can come in and they're going to get service and they're going to feel welcome. One of my clients has been with me a long time. She refers to us as the hair salon of cheers. Remember that show where everybody come in and everybody knows your name? When they come here, I want them to feel like we know their name. I want to set up a place where they can get affordable luxury. We're so quick to charge people these huge prices and still not value their time or even take great care of their hair. So I wanted to give people a place where they could come in, feel welcome, get a good service, get a few surprises. I'm known to bring in a chef to provide them with breakfast, or we did mimosas and muffins on Saturday, just to give back to them and let them know we appreciate you coming here. So my goal was to create a place where I could give people what I wish I had as a client.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. With that and with the appreciation and with giving them the luxury experience for an affordable price, thank you for also acknowledging that for your new style. Let's say the new stylists that are coming out of hair school, they don't have any clients, they may be well at their craft, they don't know what may or may not be the right direction to go. What would your advice be for your newer people that don't have any clientele?
For my new stylists, I always tell them you have to treat this like it's a job. Unfortunately, in this industry, we like to treat it like it's a hobby. And then we get mad when we don't have any clientele. So I tell them you have to create a schedule that works for you. I'm not saying you have to work 9 to 5 every day, but whatever the schedule that you create, you have to adhere to it, whether you have anybody on your books or not. Because sometimes just being in the building will attract clients to you. I set them down and we work out a 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 90-day goal. Let's talk about what it is that you want to see. How many clients do you think you can get in? And I tell them, set realistic expectations. Don't set yourself up for failure, because if you say, I'm going to have 12 clients a day, but you haven't gotten the first one in, you're setting yourself up. So it might be for the first week, my goal is to get 2 clients a day in every day. And then let's move from there. I often do, when I started by dollar amounts, because I could hit a dollar amount and maybe get that on one client. So how much money do I want to make per week? And I still do that now, all these years later. How much money do I want to make per week? And then I build my books based on that. Okay, so I know I need to do X, Y, and Z to reach this. So let's set these small goals. For some of my newer clients, I let the newer stylists, I let them come in and assist me. Okay, I need somebody to help me. You don't have any clients today? Come and assist me. I'm going to pay you to assist me. But it also gives them education. It shows them how to address the clients. It gets them familiar with dealing with them. And it also lets my clients know if I'm not available, because I believe in, as long as they stay in this building, we all win. So if I'm not available and you need to get in, they've already become familiar with my team. So I know I can go over here and sit in her chair, and she's going to give me the same kind of service and care that Tyra gives me.
Wow, wow. So for your salon owners that may be bringing in newer stylists that don't have any clientele, what would you recommend that their approach be for assisting those clients? Because is it commission? Is it discounted booth rent? Is it full booth rental? You know, what would some of your insight be? And I'm asking from that aspect because we do have, for what I see, is also a good bit of people not just going in the industry, but around where I live, you have more people that are becoming not just salon owners, but salon owners who want to bring other people in. So,
Mm.
what would your advice be to those owners who may want to grow and thrive in that ownership of running a salon?
So I do a little bit of both. I have a couple girls that have just started with me. That are new in the business that I've done on a reduced booth rate, and we'll ramp it up. So let's start here. The booth rent is X amount of dollars. I'm gonna ramp you up to that. Here's our goal for that. I have some that I brought in on a commission basis. And so if they want to supply their own supplies, then they get a little bit higher commission. If they want me to supply all of their supplies, then the commission slides depending on what their weekly sale amounts are. And so we have where it ranges from either 40% all the way up to 75%, depending on what they make per week. I always tell people you have to get to know the person and you have to interview them like they're interviewing you. We're interviewing each other to see if we're a good fit. You just don't want to take somebody in your salon because your salon is empty. I've had a few chairs that's been open for quite a few months just because I don't want to mess up the ambiance or what I have here. So just because I had a chair empty, don't mean I take the first person. I need to make sure they gel with everyone that's in here and then see what we're going to work with. Some people I'm like, yeah, I'm going to give you the booth rent and you're going to have to do this. Depending on how they respond, it's going to let me know whether or not I'm going to reduce it down a little bit to help them out, or if I'm going to say, nope, it's going to be the full amount. You figure out what you're going to do. So it's based on when they come in, what kind of feeling I get from them and how hungry are they. There are some people that I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make it, but I need a little help. And for those, I'm more inclined to say, okay, let me see what you could do. We'll do this trial basis and let's work this way and then move it up. So my suggestion to any salon owner is talk to the people, but know what your breaking points are, your no's are. There are certain things I'm just not willing to bid on. So if you can't abide by that, then this is not the place for you.
Thank you so much for that. Another thing I want to kind of ask about, you did speak about making sure that they fit the ambiance, the culture of the salon.
Mhm.
So when it comes to building clientele or trying to grow, what would your suggestion be for your new stylist? Because I shared with somebody a while back something that somebody shared with me a while back. Everybody is not your client.
Mhm.
Everybody is not to be in your chair. You're not that stylist for everybody. But
Yes.
we live in this instant gratification. We want it.
Mhm.
We want it fast. We want to get not you, not me, and I'm not even saying most people, but it just appears to be a good bit of people. You want to just get to that, you want to get to that dollar. You're just
Mhm.
trying to get that dollar, you're not being conscientious about the type of clientele you are even building. So
Yes.
what would your recommendation be on that?
It's funny you say that. I tell my people all the time, our money is not good money.
Mm,
All money is not good money. And sometimes you don't know if that person is going to be your client until you take them for that first time. And then
mm,
if they come in, because we're in a touchy, environment. So I'm touching your hair, I'm caping you, it means I'm touching your shoulder. Energy transfers. And you can get a feeling like, this person it just isn't a good fit. So I always tell them, don't be so concerned about, I need to make all this money, because you don't want to take somebody in that's going to bring you more heartache, more stress. Like every time they come in the salon, you're thinking, oh my God, I gotta deal with them today. I don't want to do this. And it gives you anxiety. So I always tell them, be careful that you're not just trying to make the dollar, but you're trying to make a career. You want to get clients that are going to be loyal. You want to get people that are going to keep coming back, and they're going to refer the right people to you. You don't want to get those chair hoppers. That's why I tell my stylists, don't offer a lot of discounts and a lot of specials, because you're only going to attract those people that are going to come when you're offering $15 haircuts. When your haircuts are $35 or $40 or $50 or whatever they're supposed to be, you're not going to see those people. I'm saying you can offer some type of discount, but it doesn't have to be such a big discount that you're cutting your nose off to spite yourself, because you're really not making any money. So if you're doing a service that's normally $95 and you cut it down to $50, but it's still taking you 2 to 3 hours, you haven't made any money. So at the end of the day, we're all in it, not just because we love the industry, but we want to make a living out of this. So you have to figure out what your niche is. I keep going back to that, because everybody can't be great at everything. And the minute that you're trying to do everything in this industry, you're going to fail. So you have to figure out, what's that thing that's going to be the thing that I make my real money off of. Like, I'm a colorist. So if anybody asks me anything, what do I do? Oh, I'm a colorist. Do you do other things? Yes, but I'm a colorist. So yes, I do silk presses. Yes, I do haircuts. Yes, I'll do a sew-in or some crochets. I won't do any box braids, but I'll do all that other stuff. But what is my thing? My thing is, I'm a colorist and I'm really good at it, and I color everybody. So find the thing that really makes you tick, that really gives you that spark, that makes you excited to be in this industry, and then build that up. And then you can supplement with other things, but find your thing and make that thing the thing that you focus a lot on. I had one girl that used to work for me, and she wanted to do everything, but that means she couldn't do anything really well, because she was doing everything. And she didn't spend enough time perfecting the one thing that she said that made her happy. Well, if that's the thing that makes you happy, that's the thing you need to focus on. So find out what it is that you like. And that's going to it's going to draw you who's supposed to be in your chair. It's going to draw those people to you. Whatever you put out into the atmosphere is what you're going to get back. And you have to figure out, what words are you going to say? Because your words have power. So whatever you say, that's what you're drawing. So if you're saying, I'm not going to have any clients. Oh, I don't have any money this week because I didn't do any hair. Well, that's because you keep saying that you didn't have anybody. Every day I get up, I'm telling people, oh, I'm going to be booked and busy. And somebody's going to come in here, and I may not have anybody on the books. When I first started here, this particular salon was an all Caucasian salon. They didn't have any Black stylists working here. They had no idea whether I could do white hair or even black hair, because they didn't do black hair. So when I came in, they were like, oh, okay, well, what you going to do? So I had to prove to them, I'm going to go get some clients. And there was times I was sitting here thinking, okay, where the people at? Let them come in. But I decided, you know what? Change what you're saying. Change your mindset. You know, when someone calls in, tell them, hey, I'm ready to do you. Go out into the field, find some people. I would beg my friends, hey, send somebody over here to see me. And then slowly but surely, people started coming, and people would call in. You used to have this little lady, and God bless her, she's deceased now, but she would say, I want the little colored girl. And people said, you let her call you that? She's 80. That's what they called us. But she's wanting me to do her hair. So yes, she could call me that, because she's coming to see me. And every time when she would leave, she's like, I just love you. My hair ain't never looked so good. So it's about finding that niche and working it out, changing your mindset, speaking that thing that be not as if it was. Because once you start speaking life, life comes to you. And that's in all areas, not just the beauty industry, but everything that has to do with you.
Wow. Thank you. So, and I say just thank you for that. Thank you so, so much. We got one other concern that tends to be a major concern for a lot of people who are self-employed, um, hairstylist included, is this setting up for retirement and this paying into the system and this not paying taxes factor.
Mm.
So what would your advice be with how to handle your money? Because we make money, people make money, but
Mhm.
now everything is a paper trail. Like now they want to see them taxes at the end of the day.
At the end of the
That whole receipt method gone.
yes,
Providing just bank statements
yeah,
gone. They need to be able to see that you have actually filed taxes.
mm-hmm,
A lot of people don't understand is if you're trying to purchase a home or purchase a car, you can't show you taking these big losses.
yeah,
Because if you're showing you're not making any money, then there are things you're still not going to be able to financially qualify, even
mm-hmm,
if you can prove you got X amount of money in the bank.
yes, yes.
So what would your insight be on that?
I always tell people you can't cheat Uncle Sam because eventually he's gonna catch up with you. He's gonna catch up with you eventually. But you got to keep good records. Nowadays, because most of us do take credit cards and that sort of thing, I run everything through my booking system. If they pay me in cash, I run it through my booking system so that at the end of the year, I have a full record of what it is I've taken in. I keep a log, a spreadsheet on the bills that I pay. Everything comes in. I scan that receipt in so that I can, at the end of the year, show this is what I made, this is what I spent. But you've got to keep a good record because a lot of us still take cash. And I often tell people it's like raining water and with a bucket that has a hole in it, it's just rolling through. So even if you're getting cash, you got to take that to the bank. You got to make these deposits. You need to separate your money. You can't have everything going through your personal checking account. You have to separate your money and then pay yourself. I pay myself with a check. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but I write a check out to myself from my business account and I take it and I put it into my personal account because I need to be able to show I have income coming from what I'm making. Yes, all that money is still mine, but I have to set myself up a certain salary. And so that way, when I go to get something, I go to get a car or I'm buying whatever it is, I can show here's my paycheck stubs. Here's where I'm making this money. So that I'm not necessarily saying everything that comes in from the business is my personal money. It's not because you got overhead, no matter where your booth rent, whether even if you're commissioned, you're in these salon suites, you have overhead. And so you need to separate it. Now, once you separate that, you need a retirement fund because unfortunately, we're not working one of these regular jobs where stuff is going to this 401k. So you need to set up a retirement fund and you need to put it somewhere and you're not going to touch it. We seem to think in this industry, oh, well, I can make this money back. But COVID showed us that's not always true because we were shut down. And for a lot of us, it impacted us because we had nothing put aside to do anything. So you need a retirement fund, you need a savings account, you need to make sure that you're ready for the rainy day because the rainy days are going to come. If we get hurt, we get sick. When it comes time to for vacations, I have a vacation fund, I have my savings account, I have my 401k settled to the side because we still need to live life. So if we're trying to live life, we can't be raising prices on people because now we're going on vacation. And we know back in the day, people say all the time, oh, my light bill due is $300. Today, your price is X amount of dollars. Be like, wait a minute, I was just here 2 weeks ago and that wasn't what you charged me. We can no longer do that kind of stuff because people now have more choices about where they're going to go to get their hair done. When I was growing up, we only maybe had 1 or 2 good hairstylists. Now there's a plethora of them and there are hair salons on every corner. So you have to start protecting yourself and thinking smart. Save your money. Don't spend everything as soon as you get it. You don't need that new Gucci belt or that Louis Vuitton. And now you got a $1,500 purse with $50 in it. Save your money for a rainy day. Plan to live. You have to plan to live and not just for the moment, but for later. If you have kids, you need to do college funds. I mean, there's so much that we need to do on a whole that make our lives better. And this is the thing, this industry, we can make a lot of money, and most of us do. I've talked to people where they was like, I know I made $200,000, but I have nothing to show for it. Create a budget. You need to have a personal budget. You need to have a business budget, and don't intertwine the two. Don't be saying, well, I'm a little short over here, I'm gonna take it out of the business file. No, you just spent that money, and now you got to wait till your next payday.
You know, I thank you for using the word budget. I've been sharing with people, don't take no money advice from nobody that ain't telling you, and they not telling you to live off no budget now.
Yeah.
Because people that don't believe in budgets, I don't know if we need to be listening to those type of people.
Oh,
so
not
thank you so much for saying that, and thank you for really breaking it down and really simplifying it so it can be understood. How do you, or how would you want to inspire others, or to continue to inspire others based off what you do?
I think I just want people to see the joy that I have. Like every day, whether I'm at the salon doing hair or I'm in the classroom teaching, I want people to see the joy that I have for this industry. There is nothing like making someone feel better about themselves. We are more than just hairstylists or nail techs or estheticians or massage therapists. We're much more than that. We become these people's confidant. They come in and they share everything about them. Some days, some of these women come in and they're tore down from just life. They have kids and husbands and jobs, and they have very little time for themselves. So when they sneak away and they make time to come and see us, our job is to make them feel better, make them realize that the beauty that they have on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. So when I see people, I want them to know I truly want the best for you. I truly want you to feel beautiful. I want my students to learn and know that they are capable of doing more than they could even think. I want them to know that at the end of the day, somebody is here to support them. And so I'm here for my clients, I'm here for my staff, I'm here for my students. I want them to know when you leave, Tyra Stylist wants you to know that you are important and you are worthy and you are valuable to yourself and to me.
Thank you so much, Miss Tyra. I want to thank you once again I was grateful and honored before, but I'm like extremely grateful. My heart is like so full right now because you clearly have a passion for people and for people to actually be successful and to be more than average than where they are. And it means a lot. It's needed, it's necessary. And when I say thank you, like my heart and my mind is just full right now. So I do want to tell you thank you, especially for giving me the opportunity on this late evening, because for a lot of people, this is still kind of late on Sunday evening. How, if someone wanted to look you up or check you out, where could they locate you? What's your social media information, or anything that you care to share? You will be your age.
My Instagram handle is Tyra Stylist. On Facebook, I am Tyra-March Taylor /stylist. So those are the two best ways to look me up. Trend Style Studio is the name of my salon. We're on Facebook with that as well. The salon is located in Smyrna. Hey, just look me up. I'm here offering color classes. I'm offering business support classes. I'm a mentor. All of that stuff, I am so eager to assist, and I want to make this industry better in any way that I can. I think over the years, it's been tainted. And people don't think that there are any real stylists out here that care about the health of their hair. They think a lot of people, all they want to make is that quick money. You're charging $500 for this or $300 for that. But when you get done, my hair is damaged. There are really some of us that are still in this industry that we're charging what we're worth, but we're giving you the value of what we're worth. And so if someone wanted a mentor, please look me up on Instagram, reach out to me, DM me. I'll be more than happy to offer my assistance. If you want me to come back and do another segment with you,
Most
hey,
definitely
please
will.
let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that as well.
Most definitely would do that. Thank you so much once again. It was an honor. I appreciate you being here. I will most definitely be in touch, but thank you so much for being such an awesome person at heart and who's pouring out to help make all of us so much better. Thank you so much, beautiful. And I
Well,
hope
thank you.
you're welcome. Be in
All right.
touch.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.